feel like I'm in a car.
Check all signals.
Signals.
All systems
good.
go.
You know you gotta do the
Check the pit stop.
Yes.
Wow. On that note, what's up, internet? It's your homies.
What up? What
Gus
up? What
the
up?
Great,
Tyrese Sally,
Tyree Sally up in the house. It is the WABU SABU podcast.
and we are here in Atlanta,
What's up, Atlanta?
Georgia.
Broadcasting live on our very, very first episode of for free, because we have some Patreon episodes, which you guys should check it out. But and we put out some social content. But man, this is it.
This
unveiling.
is it. This is the unveiling.
How are you feeling? Are you a little nervous? You got
I am.
Little butterflies.
I'm feeling
Got a
like
little butterfly. I got a little.
I'm feeling like this is like my first day of school. To be honest with
First
you.
day of school.
Yeah. You know,
Checking out wearing a new outfit.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, got the new
School
fit.
outfits.
You know.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna wear your sweater today.
I was thinking
It's
of
too
it,
warm.
but I was like, it's a little bit too warm.
A little
You know,
too
we got a
warm.
little bit of a lot of lights going on.
Usually
so.
we keep it cold as ice in the studio.
100.
You know, you thought you were
%.
doing the right thing, but turns out I flipped it up and we heated it.
Gus keeps it cold. I don't know
We
why.
extra heated it today.
Maybe he's a lizard man.
Maybe, you know, we'll delve into that one day, one of these episodes here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We'll get into that later, but for now, you know, that's funny. What animal would you be? I don't think I would be a lizard of sorts, but if you had to say, like, if you were an animal.
Like an animal? Like
Yeah,
any animal?
Any animal.
Like
What are you?
now,
Translated.
when you say animal,
What were you in your past life if you were an animal?
because really, I think I was a dragon.
Okay. That's dope.
And for people
Spicy.
who know, I'm not talking about a leafy dragon. I'm not talking about that. We're not and if you don't know what leafy dragon is, go look it up. But I am a legit
Real
fire breathing dragon with wings.
Wow, and
and
scales.
legs and scales.
Do you eat knights?
I eat whatever. I eat rocks.
Ooh, do you sleep on gold?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What about you?
I think I'm a lion.
Okay.
Because they're pretty hairy and they
Yeah,
just
you got a
like to
mane.
nap in the sun.
You definitely got a mane for
and
sure.
they eat a lot.
Yeah.
I would take a lion. I don't know. I know the lionesses. They do most of the work too. So I ain't
sure.
mad at that.
For sure.
Girl power.
But then you gotta fight though. You gotta be out there, scrounging it
That's
up.
true. I mean, I guess that'd be my only really job as a lion. Defend. And
That's
just
it.
Be the baddest.
Yeah, man.
I'd try it. Give me a whirl.
What kind of like would you want to be like? Would you want to have a pride or would you want to like be like a solo dolo?
Nah. I would have a pride, but it would be like a lot of animals, not just lions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of like Mufasa. He had birds in his
So,
domain.
So let me a question. Would you be like the king of the jungle type of situation?
Democratically elected, yeah.
Democratically elected.
Yeah.
Because I feel like,
People.
I'm sorry to say this, guys. I'm sorry to say this. But in that kingdom, tigers are actually the king.
So we
So I
did
think
have this on our Patreon discussion.
We did.
Yeah, we know that tigers can whoop ass.
Whoop.
Whoop.
But not a dragon. They can't beat a dragon.
That's a good point. See, yeah, I'm not going for the most badass animal.
Guys, if you don't go for the most badass, how can you
Then
be the
who
king of
are
the
you?
jungle?
So the dragon is the king of the jungle.
The dragon. I would even say
Wow.
a Komodo dragon because he's a dragon.
And is
Yeah.
still alive. And
He's
is
still
real.
alive.
Okay.
You know,
really slow, though. That's going to be a problem. Can't really fly and can't really spit fire. But he's poisonous, right?
Poisonous shit, man.
Scary.
Scary as hell.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Would you fight a Komodo dragon?
I mean, no.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Point proven.
Point proven. Now, I think the lion on God would probably destroy, like, eviscerate
The
the
Komodo.
dragon. Yes, 100%. I'm sorry.
And the lion, I mean, the lion was just napping the whole time in the sun. He didn't
Interesting.
fight. He slept through it all,
He slept through the whole fight.
but he survived. And he woke up and ate. What a great life.
Man, that's crazy. I have never seen that in any National Geographic anything.
No,
But that's crazy.
the sleepy, hungry lion.
The sleepy, hungry lion.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
Well, maybe that lion just wasn't as motivated
To How you do
too
that?
much.
How you do that?
It's some call it a gift, but
I like how you just like
it just came to me.
you just slip it in there.
It just came to me.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you slip it in like an envelope at the bank.
Yeah.
Like,
is
hey,
it like foreshadowing? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. What actually it is foreshadowing our word of the day, which we'll get into.
But we gotta tell our audience. We gotta give
First
love
things first.
to our audience, people who have been watching our social medias.
Very true.
I want to say thank you. I think we also want to say thank you.
No doubt. Thank you. Thank you.
For everything. All the likes, the comments, the ha-has, the fires.
Yeah, we love the
We got some fire
comments.
emojis.
We want to be interactive here.
We do. We
And
do.
we are.
And we want you to know that we want to give you the best. Okay? Like, he may be better at making water than I am.
I'm great at water.
You know what I'm saying?
Great.
But
Even frozen water. I don't know.
I am really good at boiling the water.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But it takes two
It takes two the
to
things.
source it and then make it boil.
Right. You know?
So it does take a team.
It does.
And that's why we're here for you and our new friends, our old friends. What's up? This is WABU SABU. We're here to make you think. We're here to
make you laugh.
Make you laugh for sure.
We're here to
Just
be here.
let's all
be
grow
present.
together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Take in information.
I showed Gus earlier that I have 3 gray hairs on my beard.
That's 3 gray hairs of wisdom.
Wisdom. And you know what? It's crazy to say that because these 3 hairs were part of my motivations of why I do what I do.
Mm.
You know?
Where do you think they came from? Sometimes people can tell. They're like, "Oh, this was my child. This
okay.
was my doctorate."
I think this one.
The strike.
The strike.
The strike.
The strike did it.
I was heavily.
Oh my
influenced by
God!
the
They
strike. The writer strike. Well, all the strikes.
let me.
Because you're in production.
Yeah.
One strike striking. You're not
Everything
working.
is striking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I hope they never do that ever again in life. Because that was I think that was the longest one.
It was a long time.
In film history, which I was a part of history, and I've been a part of history twice because I went to
and you're good
see
on history. Oh, you saw Obama.
I saw Obama the first
Inauguration.
time. Inauguration.
That's cool.
That was crazy. That was
cool.
crazy.
You're in the photo, dude.
I'm
You're
somewhere.
In the aerial.
My head is bobbed.
You're in the aerial shot
for sure, and it was a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit scary, but then being in the strike, it was scary, man. It was scary. It was.
Why does making history have to be so scary, bro?
I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't know why it does with me.
No.
Were you ever a part?
Sense.
Did you ever have any point in time where you witnessed history?
Historic.
Let's
I
see.
mean, college basketball championship.
Ooh.
But that's not as cool as like Barack. But I don't know.
I mean,
I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll remember something.
I'd never had a school or anything win
a national championship.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And to be one of the big 2, which I say football.
And this was during was this during the Tyler Hansborough reign? Yeah.
And I was exactly it was my senior year, and most of those players on the team were 4-year athletes, which is
That's
super
crazy.
rare nowadays.
Crazy.
But we got to. A lot of them were my major.
But on top of that, like, there was craziness that went down in Chapel Hill.
Yeah,
for
there
sure.
was we were just lighting anything on fire, foosball tables and mattresses.
I never knew why people do that. But hey, I guess you win. You want to burn things up.
We were stoked, but I don't know. You just.
What do you think the motivation? What do you think the motivation of that is?
Oh, we were highly motivated on intrinsic and extrinsic motivations.
Using a little bit of vocabulary.
Yeah,
this dude's vocabulary.
I learned some things. Every episode, we try to bring you a little something of knowledge. Not just pure entertainment and comedy gold, which is a given, but
hey, look, I'm not saying I'm Cat Williams.
Try to. You got the tea.
I got the tea, but I'm not.
We
saying
do have the tea.
We do have the tea.
We got all the tea.
Lipton, whatever
mainly
else.
organic.
Yeah,
just organic, humanely sourced, of course. I lost my train of thought there.
I'm so sorry, dude. When I said cat, I just had to get it out there.
But we do try to bring you some substance too. So I've been learning some things about our topic today is motivation.
Motivation.
If anyone would have guessed that, they are a genius.
Yes, and
because we did plan a couple of foreshadowing.
Right,
scenes.
like we did it. Like if you didn't know, we said it like a couple times.
Yeah, and winked.
You know what I'm saying? And we kind of like hinted at certain things. Like
we were hinting.
I'm motivated right now because I'm awake.
Reasons. And it is motivation is kind of a precious thing. Because I think it's kind of like it kind of goes hand in hand. Well, when I think everyone has a natural motivation for various things and mainly to survive, but it's almost like we're almost at a motivation shortage right now.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I think it's like we're in an environment that is dampening motivation, almost as seems by design, and people, including myself, are like looking to YouTube just for like to put on the background and being like, you can do it. You got this. And like all these motivation things are saying the same thing, but it's like we just need to hear it every so often until it just becomes a literal reality. And that's what we're really here to discuss and dive in. Have you been feeling motivated lately? Like,
dude, I've been feeling very motivated.
Heck yeah.
Waking up every day, going into my own train of thought, thinking about the day, about the past, about the now, the future and all that. Having time for yourself, I do take that time every day, every morning, to really just think about what life is, what life has brought for me, what things I need to do. You know what I'm saying? The desires that I want to have, and accomplishments and goals that I want to achieve. And my motivation for all those things is the desire and the will to want to do them. Like, for instance, this podcast. Right. I wanted to do this because I felt like you and I have great chemistry. And we have so many friends and so many people that we want to talk to that we can't talk to on a day-to-day basis. Right. That this makes it easy for them to get to know a little bit about us and see what we're doing.
Right.
And also the motivation for growth. Being a better person than I am today. 2023 Ty is dead. Yeah. But 2024 Ty is so alive.
It's a great thing about the new year.
Dude,
just a chance for rebirth, really.
Rebirth. It's a chance to start. Like, granted, you still have bills. Like, you still have things that are literally transported from 2023 to 2024. You know what I'm saying? But the mindset, the change of who you are. You have 365 days new.
And really, that's just in a year. But like,
right.
You have
your whole life,
as many days as you need.
True.
Really, time is all we have. Like, time, people get stressed about time, but like, time is what we have. Time is our currency. We it's our decision how we utilize that time. So, let time be your friend. Let your new habits develop. And
give it time, because we are in the time of where people want things instant. Mm-hmm. People want things now. But you have to have that patience. And trust me, if you do have that patience, it will be worth it. Because everything that takes time is a lot better. Is a lot structured. Is a lot
the payoff is greater.
The payoff greater because you understand it. You know where it is, Mm-hmm. Like I tell people, man, like, even though you're in a maybe in a sour situation, right? You have to allow that struggle to happen, because that struggle does create something at the end, either good or bad.
Yeah.
But it does create something at the end. But you have to let that time go and be motivated in a positive way to allow those things to happen. You know?
And you mentioned like the long-term goals are highly more satisfying. And I think it's also because they're more significant to you because you're more focused on them than like an instant gratification goal that you can get on a quick dopamine hit on Instagram or something. Whereas opposed to like a more lifetime goal, like starting a new business or like, starting a podcast, whatever you want to do. But it's also because the anticipation, that part of the journey is part of that gratification that you're getting from the end goal. Like spending months designing something to release months later, those 2 or 3 months that you're putting that work in, that's part of that gratification. And you have to really just understand it while you're in the moment. That's what makes life worth living. Void of that, you're just like, what's the purpose in the next day? You have to have a goal to like, just feel like there's purpose,
Yeah.
And purpose is another big word that I actually have in my notes for today too. But I think purpose is highly twined, highly twined with motivation, because when I'm feeling most demotivated is when my purpose is just the most out of sight. The more I have that vision, I'm like, this is why I'm doing it. It's the why. And that's what motivation is. It's the why.
It's the why. Why are you motivated? Like what like I even give it to, because I'm a big comic book fan, right? So I'm gonna bring this into the comic book world. So like Superman's motivation, right? His motivation is, I want to save people. Why? Because it's the right thing to do.
Right? So it's like moral motivation.
Moral motivation.
Not mortal though, because he's
immortal.
Anyway,
but yes.
So that would be like an intrinsic, because you're doing it for internal reasons, right? Because your conscience.
But also you can do it for external reasons because you want to save the people, like you're
true. I mean, you're acting externally, but for internal reasons, I guess. Like, true. I mean, this is my interpretation of it. I'm sure there are external reasons, like he doesn't mind people celebrating him. I'm sure, like,
right.
There's a little bit of ego
to that.
I mean, he's not gonna be like, stop it, don't do that.
But then, like, you got like a Lex Luthor, right, who wants to pretty much be the ruler of all of mankind, and he wants to destroy Superman. You know what I'm saying? But his motivation is, I'm better than you because you're not doing what I want you to do, essentially.
And he's probably, just guessing, because I don't know comic books, but I'm assuming Lex, the villain, is more externally motivated.
100%, because he wants
material things, and
he wants the glory. He wants the power. Glory. He wants that.
That's interesting how the story of, and I'm sure this is a common thread in mythology and storytelling, is like the protagonist, the quote unquote good person, good guy or girl in the story, is motivated more internally, probably by morals and stuff, and a bad quote unquote villain or whatever is externally motivated.
I have a quick question, because this got my head thinking. So recently, like, I've been, looking at videos on like the beginning of humans,
Yeah, dude, we've had some crazy discussions.
Crazy discussion off of this, but it's crazy. Yes. But what do you think motivated the Homo sapien species to survive? Because you can have motivational survival motivation,
That's funny, but the first thing that comes to my head to begin the conversation would be that, as like earlier in our ancestors, like as we evolved early on, our main motivation was survival. Right. And like as we're more and more evolved, we're like finding higher motivation to higher purposes, higher motivation, higher callings, and because we're finding ways to be safer. But like, back then it was like pretty much like 99% motivation was survival.
100%.
And then that 1% is like reproduce.
And then also, like, the crazy thing is, like, there was a motivation of wanting to stick together, right? Because there's no way in the world a separate could just survive.
No.
Like, I was just thinking, like, if you were in the woods, seriously, if you were in the woods by
It'd be
yourself,
harder to survive more
be harder
than
to survive
18 years.
100%.
I mean, that would be like an old person would be 25. Like,
Yeah.
and that's how it was back in the day. Like, our survival rate before community was terrible.
100%, man.
Yeah, we survived just enough to reproduce.
Just
and
think about
make
it.
a kid.
Like, we had to know that not eating shit was like,
we had to learn that the hard
we
way.
had to learn that the hard way.
I'm so glad we like.
Dude, oh
at
my
this
God.
lifetime, I am at this time with like indoor plumbing, like
Oh my God. Oh my God. I couldn't do
and
it.
central air and just
All that.
basic cleanliness. But you know, we didn't know, like in past lives or our ancestors or whatever, they don't know what they didn't know. So they're like, they don't know they're missing indoor plumbing, and like probably 25% of your day is concerned with like, where am I going to go, getting to the bathroom, getting back.
But somebody had to be motivated enough to be like, you know what? I'm tired of crapping outside, digging a hole, putting the thing. You know what I'm saying? And
so
people,
motivation begot progress, like inventions. Yeah, I mean motivation. That's how anything happens, right? Like
it's literally. I feel like motivation is one of the biggest component into progression.
which is why it's kind of like just so concerning that there's such a lack of it right now. And I think like a lot of people are like depressed and anxious, and including like I've gone through bouts of it. And
We all have,
like
for sure.
My personal experience with depression, the worst part about it was my lack of motivation. And it's like, and without lack of motivation, you're not going to change to get out of it. So it's like, that's part of the trap of depression, is like taking away your motivation. And you're like, why would I even want to get better? Like, you know, the steps to take to get you out of the depression. Go outside, talk to some friends, stir up your life a little bit, get out of the rut, get out of bed, stop binging Netflix, and do things, set goals.
It's a small one.
And there are ways to just like, you know the steps, and you're just like, I need to be in this depression a little longer because you have no motivation.
Right. And if you gain that motivation, trust me, you'll get out of depression. You'll be you might even be a new person than what you were.
Honestly, yeah, I think I'm not mad at the depression I've battled, and I think it really made me who I am, and it gave me perspective on life. And like as Abraham Hicks says, it's like contrast. If you don't experience the bad, you don't know what you do like. So you have to experience what you don't like to know what you do like. And you know, it's just contrast is just learning. So it's just like these tough times, we're learning what we don't like, and then we're going to learn how to navigate life accordingly after that experience. And it's just more knowledge, and the more knowledge is more valuable than anything.
I agree. Well said.
Motivated to acquire knowledge, and that makes a better life. I mean, the more knowledge you have, I'm convinced, like, knowledge is the ultimate currency.
It's the ultimate power.
Really?
It's the ultimate everything.
It's the ultimate currency, and like people, and it's ironic because I also believe that knowledge should be spread freely. So
yes,
it's like we're supposed to give our money away. What? But yeah, I mean, it's knowledge is currency, knowledge is power, and I think lack of knowledge will keep people demotivated. So it's just like the more you know, the more like powerful you realize you are, and the more powerful you realize you are, the more you're gonna do. But I think like just the powers that be are afraid of change, and you know, they might not want you to know how powerful you are. So
and you are extremely powerful. It's you can swing the pendulum. Is that the right way to say?
The pendulum will
swing if
pendulum. Yeah,
that's a very hard word.
Who
to
knows?
say.
Maybe we're both saying it wrong.
Maybe we're both saying it wrong. Correct us. I don't know. But it will swing because you've made it swing. You know what I'm saying? I am highly motivated now more than ever because for some reason there's a sense that this year is going to be full with different surprising things, new experiences. Hopefully I meet some new people. You know what I'm saying? It is jarring to go into the unknown, not knowing what this year may pan out. You know what I'm saying? But I am being optimistic in it, and I'm being excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Even with myself, like I've challenged myself to do these things called Words of Wisdom.
Check it out.
Check them out, man. Seriously. And I wanted to let people know I have music with those things. Okay,
Dude, who listens to the music? On
I
Instagram
listen to the
posts?
music every
You
time.
keep your volume on.
I keep my
dude?
volume
like,
on.
That's gonna be so
See,
annoying scrolling through. You're like,
Nope. It is so fun. It is so fun, especially when you're out in public and
you're
someone got some motivational stuff to say,
there's people
and someone's
yelling
on
at
the
each other.
ground and they're crying and they're putting the motivational
They
stuff
think you're gonna
up.
be like, oh, thank you for blaring your cell phone out in
Yes,
public. I almost
exactly.
was sad. But
Anyways, as I was saying,
that's something we'll never agree on, I guess. But
yeah, I do these words of wisdom. It's kind of like these positive
the words of wisdom are great.
affirmations.
You can read them.
You can read them.
You can
without
absorb
sound,
it on
without
mute.
sound. You can have it without sound. But I think if you put the sound to it,
But he does put in some thought to the song.
I do.
So.
I do.
Ever since you told me that, I do check it out. I'm like, I'll just unmute for a second. I'm like, okay,
Ooh,
I got it. No, just
You know what I'm
silence.
saying?
But
Like even if you're, in your car, like watch it, listen to it, and I do these things because it relates to everybody.
yeah, I was just about to say, what's your motivation behind that series?
The
relatability.
The relatability of it, because like I said, I go through my own meditation every day. Like I wake up and I sit there and I think, like I said, on the day and what I'm going to do for the day. And it just, I don't know, it just kind of like refreshing, especially when you go outside and you just look at the sky and you just kind of like see the sun, and
It's a good way to introspect.
it is.
And I think it's like sharing is important because like I living this life is all about the experience, and if we can't bounce the experience off on other people, and it's like I never really was one for sharing my thoughts, and I would just go so deep and
Same.
I would never really share it, and it would be like, what's the purpose of even having them? I guess there is growth of the soul and the spirit, but it's like, how are you going to even know if it's delusional or not if you don't relate it with another living being? So I think it's like really important to listen to podcasts like this that can really just like kind of like make you think, and it's not just to pass time, but it's to actually grow and
Grow your thought
introspect and improve yourself. And there's whether you're listening to us in the car or whether you're binging while you're cleaning, or there's so many things you can do will have us on that. Why not improve your life at the same time?
And also, I want to say this: by no means are we experts at any of this.
Yeah,
because
we're conversationalists with you.
and not only that, like we are trying to figure out things ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty in this. Is like
We're all growing.
we're all growing, man. Like
Yeah.
I would
Learning
say
from
this.
each other.
I would say this. Like the 23-year-old me is different than the 32-year-old me today. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much experience. There's so much, time, so many people you have met that, like I said, all my friends, everybody I've come in contact with, have made an impact, on me somehow. You know what I'm saying? That just goes for everybody.
And what's also beautiful is that my 23-year-old me was different than your 23-year-old you.
100%.
And it's even increasingly so for, because as we just keep going on through life and going through life experiences, we become more diverse and weird and amazing. So the more laps we have around the sun, the more amazing I believe that your soul is and your spirit. You're just growing, you're learning, and just absorbing this amazing world to experience. It's hard to explain. It's weird being alive, but what do you do if you're feeling unmotivated? Like, do you have a strategy to snap out of it, or?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Sometimes it can happen naturally. Like
100%.
you can just get out of it naturally, or you can purposefully do something.
I kind of take time, to myself. I talk to myself. I don't know if people do that.
You go in. I think a lot of men do that too. Yeah. We go in.
I talk to myself, and sometimes, like, yes, when you're talking to yourself, you're what's the word I'm looking for?
It's
You like
affirmations
for your own self, like your
manifesting
own emotions and all that good stuff. But also, it's like I'm hoping that you're real with yourself in the moment of certain things, because I try to be as realistic with myself, because you are yourself. There's no reason to lie to yourself.
Hide from yourself.
You can't hide from yourself, man. Like
you gotta be honest with yourself.
You gotta be honest with yourself. So
or
like,
you're delusional. I mean, that's what delusion is. But yeah, continue. I like where you're going with this. I think
So like I am honest with myself, and then I try to correct or keep, change, whatever. Assess the situation of whatever situation I'm in, or myself, and I try to do a good job of that. And sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's one thing.
Interesting. So to motivate yourself, you go in and have a conversation. You do introspection.
I do introspection.
And so what do you find in that introspection that can help you like bust through that like wall of funk of demotivation? Are you finding goals, or are you finding like things to love about yourself, or are you just trying to like what are you looking for?
What I'm looking for is, okay, so when you and I used to like work out together, right? Which we
still did. You're always welcome.
100%. 100%. 100%. Okay. But when you and I started used to work together, I used to like hate it because I don't like working out.
It's uncomfortable. It hurts.
It's uncomfortable. It's not fun.
Right.
But I would like tell myself like, man, it's only a short period of time. Like maybe we were there 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever.
30,
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You can, if you just don't mess around.
But the thing that kept me motivated though is like seeing this dude just going at it. Like he a nature man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry, I'm a city boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do a lot of that. He a nature man. You know what I'm saying? Like if Johnny Appleseed had an apple seed, it'll be him. But for me, I'm not like that. But then you see when you go to the pool or whatever, like when we went to camping and y'all went swimming.
Yeah.
The crew of y'all went swimming. And I was like, I'm not going swimming because I'm not crazy in the cold water. But, my boy had muscles and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't had no muscles. You know what I'm saying? But it's that motivation to be like, man, this dude, he pushed me to try to get there. You know what I'm saying? And at first, I was looking like Captain America. But then at the end, I looked like the Blob. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think it's like when it comes to motivation, it's like what helps me is like just focus on my goal.
Yeah.
Like what do you really want? And like you'll hear on our podcast, we believe that the human mind and human brain, the spirit is so powerful that it really can do anything it wants. But and I think like some people think they want it, but they like comfort a little bit more. You know, it's like I want $1 million, but you really want to sleep in and play video games and
not do exactly what you really want to do.
Netflix, yeah. There's these like distracting things that apparently we want more.
You know what it is? Fear. It's the ultimate. Like let's be real. Let's be real, man. When because you're afraid
fear
of
success or fear of failure.
Failure. Okay. I'm more fear of failure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I have success, hopefully you'll know what to do with it. But with the failure, is kind of like, what do you do with it? Like how do you progress from failure? And I think that's what people are afraid, like to try out new things. But man, if you try it out and it don't work out, either one or two things: try it out again, keep going at it, or just be like, hey, it just is what it is.
Yeah. Try it again or do something
else. And that's okay.
And yeah, I think failure is necessary, and
100%.
It's funny you brought that up. Like the immediate first thing I think of is Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She was like the youngest female billionaire at the time.
Talk to me. Spanx. What's Spanx?
Spanx is like a woman's shapewear. It's
wow.
It became $1 billion industry. Yeah, Oprah had her as like one of her favorite things, and then she became a billionaire.
What?
And she started in her like dorm room cutting feet off pantyhose and saying, wear this under your wear this under your whatever.
God darn.
Yeah. So, but I've done a lot of like video work for her, and I was like sitting up an interview, and it was just like me and her in a room, and I've heard this on interviews since. Like, it's become a topic of hers that she loves to talk about. But she's a great motivational speaker, and she was talking about failure, and she was talking about how at the dinner table her father would get upset if he's like, "What did you fail at today?" And if she didn't have anything that she tried that she just didn't ace, like he would actually be like, be like, well, you should. Not that he was upset, but he was like, hey, you should. Why aren't you failing more?
Like be proud of your failures.
Mindset to have from a kid.
That is
just try, because you're never going to succeed. No one's 100% success rate. Everyone that's really succeeded has failed at something.
Think about it. When you were a baby, it took you a couple of times to go ahead and walk. You know what I'm saying? You had to fall a couple of times. Mm-hmm. When you wanted, whatever you wanted, you had to learn how to speak. Yeah. You had to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
If you're afraid to fall as a baby, you're just gonna lay there.
You're just gonna lay there. You're never gonna walk.
Your whole life and be crawling. 37 years old, just laying on the ground because you're afraid to fall.
Right. But if you would take the time to fall, get up. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to get out of the mindset of you're too old to fail. You're never too old to fail. And it's okay if you are older and you do fail, but remember, there's another day, there's another moment, there's another chance. There's always chances. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Until you croak. Now, once you croak, that's it now. That's it. That's it.
It is such a corny phrase, but I like the saying, today is the first day of the rest of your life. If you can just dust off.
Let me simmer on that real quick.
Yeah, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And you have to simmer on it because when you hear it, on first pass, it's covered in all this corn. You got to dust off the corn dust and really analyze the message of what it's really saying. Don't think about it the words because people say it all the time. But today is the first day of the rest of your life. And what better time to make any change? What better time to make any shift? Develop any new habits? Because you're not going to do it in a week. You're going to you have to do it now.
Do it now. Because here's the thing. You keep saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Or I'm going to do it in an hour. Just do it. Yeah. Just do it. Get it done. And yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle because you're going into the unknown, whatever you're doing. Or maybe you do know. And you just hope that it comes out perfect, comes out clean. And maybe it will. Maybe it won't. But
hopefully it will, but it probably won't.
It probably won't. And you know what? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to fail.
Take time to shape it.
Time to shape it.
But congrats for starting it. And, that's how we feel with everything we do, You just have to start something, and then you can always improve. But if you just wait to be perfect, you're never going to start.
Like, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. Sometimes I shave my beard. And it'd be scary. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I be shaving it, but I don't know how low I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
One false move.
Do
you ever shave without a guard?
Oh, my God, nah.
I do, man.
You brave.
I know.
How you do it?
I don't know.
You just go in, like, you just...
Like, one sneeze, I would have to just shave.
Ooh. Nah, see, I can't do that. That's scary,
I like to live life on the edge. That's adrenaline.
That's 100%. 100. Hey, he ain't lying, man. That dude is a daredevil.
You know what I'm saying? Shaving without a
guard. Hey... I don't know if I could do that, man.
Dang. Well, I think this is a good time for a nice little break here. A little breaky break.
Yeah, man.
We have a quick break from all 0 of our sponsors. So, enjoy. And we're back. Wow. Probably felt like a very fast commercial break. Maybe
with no sponsors.
We need to get some commercials. So.
We need to. I would want to make a commercial.
If you guys know anyone that wants to put a commercial right where there should have been one.
And give us some ideas for a commercial. Just to have a commercial,
Maybe we need to make our own commercial. Actually, that is happening anyway. But until then, we're talking about motivation. And I want to give you guys a little where the rubber meets the road, You can talk about it all day, but... I'm going to call it homework, but it can be right now work. I don't even want you to say I'm going to think about it. You can think about this right now, and you already know what you want. But we need 3 goals: short-term, medium, and long-term goal. You can just think about it just for give it 1 second, like literally, you already know. So a short-term goal is something that we can start achieving in the next couple weeks even. Medium might be months, and long-term might be years. But you can kind of categorize it like that. Maybe you have 2 mediums and a large. That's fine, whatever. But I think it's important to think about these goals, physically think about them, and visualize yourself achieving them, like as if you've already got them. What is your life going to look like after all these 3 small, medium, and large, short, medium, and long-term goals have been met? What does your life look like? And then that's really where the homework comes in. Every night before you go to bed, envision that. When you wake up, envision that. Before you eat, after you eat, just think about what your life's going to look like when you get these 3 goals. And that is going to be your motivation. So, just be mindful of what those goals are, that's, and be limited. Just be also mindful of the immediate gratification versus the long-term gratification. I think, like we discussed earlier, it's that long-term goal, that long-term gratification is so much more effective and it lasts longer. The immediate stuff, you get gratification and it just, psh. So yeah, just kind of like analyze. I would do, like you say, you do a lot of introspection when looking for motivation. I would say ask our audience, do some introspection, see where a lot of your dopamine's coming from. Is it short-term or long-term? Can you replace, maybe do a little less short-term dopamine? I mean, it's hard to just say, just cut it out, but try to be realistic. Just set a goal to wean off it a little bit. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first because that short-term dopamine, that's always there. And I do this because I'm thinking about my phone. That's a lot where my short-term dopamine comes from. But it can be like sugar or, it can be a bunch of different things. Those are my 2 favorites, so they come to mind. But yeah, take less of those. And sometimes I'll do a dopamine detox where I will withstand all sorts of those, where I know those short-term dopamines, I will withstand for a couple days. And, man, that's a reality check.
100%.
Wow. To go without it.
Like, I don't know if I could go, days or weeks.
Because I know, like, when we go camping, there's no service. So, like, one of my favorite spots to bring the group is where there's no cell. And my favorite thing
100%.
is, like, everyone's off their phones because what are you going to, unless they're, like,
But if
recording on their camera.
Beer, it's over. Nobody going to know.
That's true. You're going to have to listen to our Patreon show where Ty talks about almost getting eaten by a bear. I mean, if that doesn't entice you to join our Patreon, I don't know what does. You're a soulless person.
It is scary. But no, man, like, you just got to find out what motivates you, man. Like, what really gets you up and gets you to find your purpose, gets you to find your meaning, even in that you can find your happiness. You know what I'm saying? Through your own either self-motivation or someone motivates you to, want to be better. If you're young and you're watching this, maybe get a mentor. Maybe get somebody who has been through the ringer, who's been already in a position of success, who can then, lend you a hand into your own success.
You don't have to start at square one.
You never do, and to be honest,
you want to. A lot of people do it voluntarily.
True, and
not recommended.
there's a lot of learning in that and doing it like in that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's learning in both instances, but there's different variations of that. But no, once you get a mentor that has success and that is willing to teach you,
share what works,
what works, what doesn't, right? Hopefully that does build a motivation in you to want to achieve greatness. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us are great. You know what I'm saying? And some of us do achieve greatness and seek it. It's trying to maintain it and trying to keep that in mind, you know?
Yeah, and that's the goal. Keep that goal in mind.
You got to.
Man, it's funny you mentioned mentorship because I'm like, I have so much to say on that because I think like it really deserves to be its own episode.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll hold off on that. But you're spot on, and I think it's just like a mentorship is almost like a cheat code. It really is, and I've got a couple great mentors in my life that actually, I mean, I have a few. Like I include my parents in that, but like they're not business mentors; they're life mentors. There's mentors of all sorts of things. There's life mentors. There's business mentors. You know, personal relationship mentors, whatever. But yeah, I'll hold off on that because I got so much to say that.
That's fine.
But yeah, I want to, like, when it comes back to motivation, emphasize about mindset because like mindset's everything, and there's a fixed mindset where I think most people have because it's like the powerless mindset to where like this is who I am, and this is who I am, and I'm trying to get through this world and survive and do whatever. And then there's the growth mindset to where it should be like, I could be unlimited, you know, like as much as your imagination can take you. And you see a vision that's beyond the fixed mindset. You can pretty much predict your future if you have a fixed mindset. You want to get, well, you can see, pretty much what I'm saying is you can see your future because you're not expecting any growth. But with the growth mindset, you can look up and see where you need to be, where you deserve to be, and make life happen, manifest it up into there. So just try, if you really find yourself in a fixed mindset, I think you, A, need to start listening to our podcast on a weekly basis, but B, also just understand that you're fixed because that's what your mind is telling you. But there's no reason to ever be fixed. And I think like that stagnation is just asking for it's hard to be truly I don't even want to say happy because everyone's happiness is different. So, but I feel like for true happiness, you're experiencing new heights of living constantly because there's infinite levels of living. So there's infinite levels that we can detect and progress to. And I think that's where my understanding of like ultimate happiness is, because there's different types of happiness too.
And also like you have to go through some kind of struggle, you know. Through struggle, you find meaning. Through meaning, you find understanding. Through understanding, hopefully you find some peace, you know, and in that, you can really decipher who you are, you know.
In the tough times, you're saying.
In the tough times, yeah, you can decipher what's your mental. You have. It's just like a blade is always sharpened if it's never used. You know what I'm saying? But if you use that blade, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes there will be a chink in the blade, right? But if you go back and you reforge that blade, it gets that blade stronger. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to go through those
fire. You got to go through.
You got to go through fire. You know what I'm saying? Become a new phoenix. Become a new person. Become a new individual. Because, like I said, from when you were a baby, toddler, young person to young adult to an adult to then old, you know what I'm saying? Each of those have their challenges, you know what I'm saying? But you push yourself through, you know what I'm saying? And there's other people that did guide and help you throughout the ways, but your motivation to persevere with something completely different within every moment and every instance. And you have to realize that you and I think, honestly, man, that's what makes you human. That's what makes you a person. That's what makes you an individual, you know? But like I said, you have to go through struggle. You have to be motivated. You have to have a purpose. You have to have desire. You have to. There's so many different things that goes into what makes a person, motivated.
I would go out on a limb and say all those things, which are like there are a lot of things. They all stem from the vision of seeing that goal. I think all those things will naturally fall in place because there are a lot of things, and it's just like, oh man, there's too many things to like even like stress about at the first. But I think it's just like if you just take it one step at a time, that very very first thing to do is to just like vision that success.
Like when I was a child, I visioned myself as a Power Ranger. I wanted to be the Red Ranger, but they always had a black man as a Black Ranger, which is kind of messed up. To be real with you, it's all the way messed up.
Just nose on the nose.
100%. But when I was with my friends,
red yellow, black, and white.
Some of my friends were white, and they wanted to be Red Ranger. I was like, no, you're not Red Ranger.
Because you're not
Black
red.
Ranger. You're not red. I can make you red, but you're not red.
You're a white Ranger.
But my black friends, no one wanted to be everything else, but I wanted to be red. I wanted to be Red Ranger. He was cool.
No one wants to be the White Ranger.
No, that looks too much like the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Dude, they should.
Check your friends who want to be White Ranger.
Whoever
Just check in on
Ranger,
them. Make sure they're okay.
If they say they green, you kind of like, I don't know, because like Tommy was like both.
Yeah, blue is acceptable.
Blue was cool.
Yeah, I like blue.
Blue, but no one.
What's his name?
No one wanted to be Billy. Billy.
Okay, Billy.
Billy, come on, man. Come on, man. Billy, I like man. Billy was cool, man.
Billy the Kid.
No one wanted to be. If you're a Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, the last time I did mention this on a Patreon episode, but shout out to my sister. She's awesome.
Yes,
but last time she had a bowl cut as a very young kid. She wanted to be the Pink Ranger, and a kid laughed at her because she thought she was a guy because her hair was short. He's like, "Why do you want to be the Pink Ranger?" And she cried and was never ever had short hair ever since.
Hey, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I know. It's all because of the Power Rangers.
All because of the Power Rangers. Who gave him the bowl cut?
Oh, that's probably my mama.
Oh, mama, why you do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why you do that?
Sure wasn't daddy.
Bowl? Did she actually have like a bowl in her head?
It was pretty bowl-esque. No, I mean it had nice little like.
She had
it
bangs?
like came like it was nice.
Did you ever have a bowl cut?
I don't think my hair would allow it. It wasn't straight enough.
Yeah. Man,
I just had to buzz it.
Man, I had to buzz, man. I looked like I was in the military from.
Yeah, that's the lowest maintenance. I mean,
yeah, man.
I get it.
From 3 to 10.
I get it.
You know, I hate it because when it was cold, woo, boy, that wind that hit your head, it'd be slapping.
You got to cover the head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Be slapping the shit on my head. You know what
it's
I'm
a
saying?
mean wind.
Mean wind. In South Carolina. Yeah, man.
That's South Carolina wind. That's different.
That's a second. Yeah. Yeah, man. It ain't nothing like North Carolina. North Carolina, I feel like y'all just.
Our wind is.
Y'all just cold.
Oh, it's cold.
Y'all like Viking cold.
Well, also you're talking about the mountains too.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
actually, I mean, even the Piedmont and the beach gets a little cold.
You said you had a beach?
Yeah, North Carolina's got a beach.
Say what?
We got mountains, beach.
You ain't never show me no beach. That's crazy. I got a beach.
It's just so far away, dude. It's
yeah.
like North Carolina's a long
is it
state. Like, if we're going to go there, I'm not going to lie. There's better beaches.
Yeah.
Although, I like Carolina Beach. You can drive up onto the beach.
Beaches.
You can drive on the beach and camp on the beach. Yeah. I like that. I like that's Carolina Beach. Man. Shout out to the Outer Banks, man. That's where we flew an airplane first.
Hey, when you said Outer Banks, I think of aliens.
The Outer Banks, huh?
Outer Banks.
Ooh. We should make an Outer Banks show about aliens.
Ooh.
The Outer
Banks. Ooh.
You heard it here.
We made it. Capitalizing.
We're just a big brainstorm here on WABU SABU. We motivate, we brainstorm, we get you in the zone.
You know what's funny?
What is funny? I would love to know.
One day, and we're going to tease y'all, man. I like teasing our fans. Because everybody wants to know what WABU SABU mean. And one day we'll tell y'all.
One day.
But not today. That could be in episode 2.
That's right. Join our Patreon.
That could be on episode, hopefully, 308.
Definitely on our Patreon. You got to. It's not going to be for free.
It's not going to be free. Nah. We want you to understand what WABU SABU is. And you wonder why. Why Wabu Sabu? The name Wabu Sabu. You know what I'm saying? It almost sounds like Wabu Sabi. You know what I'm saying?
Very similar. Eddie, thank you, Ty, for our. I guess it was a promo for Wabu Sabu. We'll call it a promo, Ty.
Hell yeah.
I just think as we wrap up the topic of motivation, I think one thing important to do is just when you're motivated, you're bringing on stress in your life if you're trying to do something. If you're trying to achieve a goal, and I call there's good and bad stress, but you're going to be taking on stress. So how do you manage that stress and analyze it? Look at that stress. Is it beneficial? Sometimes I realize a lot of my anxiety has come from sources where it just wasn't beneficial to anxiety about. So, and this is, everyone is guilty of this. They have the worst case scenario mindset to where they're like, what if? And then their mind just goes to the worst case scenario, which is statistically not going to happen, hypothetically. The odds are like insane. So
yeah, that's what happens. Like,
catch yourself doing that and eliminate it.
100%. Like, if I got stopped by the cops, 100%, I'm being quiet. Okay, my motivation is to be quiet. My motivation is to go home. I ain't trying to say nothing else. Now, some people may want to talk and yap. You know what I'm saying? Trying to.
Who would do that?
People who are crazy. I'm not. Hey, listen. If you pull me over, I may say, even if you ask me, hey, do you know why I pull you over? I'm just going to say, hey, my name is Tyree Sally.
Because you're a cop and that's what you do.
Either you're going to tell me or you're not. But I'm not saying nothing.
Just say no. I don't know.
I don't know. And if you're in a rural area,
you should just have a little card that says I'm mute.
100%. I'm deaf in one ear, so I go
Do you want a dog?
Not one iota.
Well, Joe, I don't know where
you're gonna have to
If you're listening, if you're an audio listener, you're gonna be a little confused. But
let me tell you something.
Third member in our
There's
studio.
a third member, and this
his
member
name is Joe, and he's furry, and he's in my lap.
And the thing about Joe, when he looks at you,
it's got big eyes.
He be looking like you wrong. Like whatever he doing is right.
Oh, I can't get in your lap? Wow.
Not at all.
Oh, wow. Wow. You won't let me get in your lap.
You know, I don't even let my dog.
Yeah.
You know how, you know what I'm saying?
You're wrong, dude. See?
My dog
wrong.
crazy.
Joe, he is pretty spoiled.
100%. That dog spoiled as hell.
Sheesh. But I love him, dude. Because he spoils me with love.
And licks.
Are you eating my cord?
Because he be licking himself all over the place, man. Licking you. Y'all some nasty people.
Yeah, I love dog owners. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, ew, that's disgusting. Like, this dog was licking this. I remember this woman's face. I was like, how? Like, I thought it was the grossest thing. And now I'm a dog owner that my dog licks my face. And, you know what? I changed.
Yeah.
I'm a changed man.
Yeah.
I used to find it just I was perturbed and disturbed.
Boy, you can't never catch me. No, dog face. Dog.
Wait till Ty gets in his next dog. And he's
I'm gonna be like, hey, that dog gonna know.
Would you give you kisses?
And you know what? If when I do get a dog, I want it to be a dog like it don't play that much. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I want
like
it to be
Jackson.
serious.
Jackson
was dope.
Dog.
Jackson was dope. Jackson did not.
He was strictly business.
He did not mess with me at one iota. Jackson did not mess with me one iota, man. I remember
Joe
one time.
is the opposite of Jackson.
I remember one time Gus was like, "Hey, he had to go back upstairs to his apartment to get something," and he was like, "Hey, man, hold Jackson for a second." I was like, "Hey, man, you know me and Jackson, you know the history, you know what I'm saying?" Hey, and then he was like, "I'm just gonna be right back." I was like, "Okay, cool." Jackson sat there. I was like, "Hey, Jackson, let's take a walk." Jackson looked at me like, "Bro, I'm not moving. Like, bro, I don't care if a dude came and he stuck you up, was like, hey, give me your money, give me your wallet." Damn. Jackson would be like, that's exactly what Jackson. Damn.
Wow, look at this.
And I'll be looking at Jackson like, you motherfucker, do something.
Like, you got teeth.
But see, if it happened to old buddy, dude gone.
Yeah,
Dude, it's over.
Jackson would have.
Mm-hmm.
Would have murderized.
He would have murderized, man. That was a good dog.
That was my last pup, but
now he
Jackson
has,
kept me motivated. I think, like, also having something that depends on you, like obviously a kid, but even a dog, like, that'll motivate you to, certain things.
Yeah, man. Just don't get no snake. Snakes are crazy.
But yeah, I think in retrospect, celebrate wins. That's important too.
Celebrate your losses.
Celebrate your losses.
Because
you did it. You tried.
Because here's the thing. When you celebrate your wins, yeah, you won. But celebrate those L's too, man. Because those L's, and not even L's, those are
you're doing
learning
things.
Those are learning curves I look at.
Yeah, A, you learn. B, you're doing things.
Doing things.
Yeah. I think an L is 1,000 times better than a nothing.
Right.
So.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen a person get a 0 on their report card?
Not a 0.
Right. But if you get a 32 on your report card, boy, you try for that 32.
That was a try.
That was a try. I don't know what kind of try.
You could do nothing and get a 50.
Get a 50, but you get a 32. That's like...
You're trying for 0.
But you trying. You're not even trying for 0.
You failed. You failed at failing.
Failed at failing.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Why would you even get to 32? Just stay at 0 then. No. Why turn anything in?
Because they got to. I guess...
You're gonna... I just don't understand the scenario. The fictional.
I never had it. I never had a 32. I've seen 32s.
In calculus, I did have a progress report of like a 47 or something.
Ooh.
Had a parent-teacher conference.
How did it make you feel?
I don't know, because I ended up getting AP credit.
Because I remember...
AB and BC. What's up?
Like, when I was in elementary school, like, when I got bad grades.
Yeah. You had parent-teacher conference?
No, I forage. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Miss Fletcher wanted a meeting.
I had to, because
Miss Fletcher wanted.
You know what happens when you get bad grades? Bad things happen.
So you just don't want to show the grades.
So I don't show the grades.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a strategy.
And
dude.
then
that was pretty clever. I don't think I could have done that. I don't know.
My
parents were too nosy.
True. You gotta know your parents. You gotta know your parents.
Seeked it out.
You gotta figure out. You know what I'm saying? But you get away with a lot of things.
I think it's important to maintain balance as well with trying to achieve your goals. I think like a lot of these like Instagram accounts and everything make it look like it's 100% grind, 110% no sleep for 3 weeks, 10 weeks. Which it feels like that, and you do have to like feel like you're doing that, but definitely like take care of your body, get sleep,
do it at your own pace.
You're gonna be more capable, well rested. So like, yeah, there are times for all-nighters, and I still do them in my advanced years. But it's like if every night's gonna be an all-nighter, your output per hour is going to be so much lower as someone who got like 7 to 8 hours of sleep the night before. Like, you can work 24 hours around the clock and put out garbage. It's not about the hours. There's such thing as a quality rating of your work as well. So the more focused you are, you can take time off, and I think a lot of our society has made us feel guilty about it. I know if I take a day off, even if I plan it, I'm sitting there thinking about all the things I could be doing, and that's the mind that needs to be settled through meditation. And so that's like something I'm actively working on is just totally being in the moment. And it's something like feel like I've always naturally been able to do above average, but that's not saying that my mind the chatter is gone. So, and chatter's not even like I don't even think it's necessarily a bad thing, because it's like maybe your mind is trying to tell you something. I think it's like people imagine enlightenment as like know that there's no chatter because like maybe you're perfect or something. I don't know. But I feel like, yeah, take note of what that mental chatter is saying, Maybe it's like one of those ghosts that has like unfinished businesses, and it's going to haunt you until you help it figure it out, Help that ghost out.
Help that ghost be free. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Free
That's
yourself.
that trauma. It's the ghost. It's just hanging around. You got to help just go through it, you know? Go through that feeling to let it settle, you know? If you're hiding from it, it's never going to settle.
100%.
You got to take it on. It's scary, man. You know, have you ever felt like you're at a point to where you knew what you needed to do, you knew the answer, and you're just like you're waiting to do it, or you decided not to, or you're afraid to do it, or have you ever like gone against your mind's better judgment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. I feel like that was a pretty easy setup I think everyone has. I don't even think only Jesus can answer no, right?
Right.
Yeah. Like no one's perfect.
No one's perfect at
Was
all.
my point. And I think what do you think? Why do you think we do that? We go against what we know.
Because I guess like it all depends on I guess different situations. Like I guess whatever scenario. Like if you've already gone through something before, and you had success in it, right? I think human nature is if you want to go through the other way, to know what the other way is. I guess I don't know to see what the other way.
Yeah, the contrast.
The contrast between it.
And I think like
for instance, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, you good.
Like for instance, math, right? When I was in school, there was like one way of learning math. Now, these kids got like a trillion different ways to understand different ways of learning math. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wish
things are always changing.
I wish I had that knowledge, understanding.
Forgot my point, but I do want to have. I knew I was wanting to bring up the monks for some reason. What were we talking about before the math thing? I forgot. My poor brain. It was so motivated.
Oh, I can't remember, man. I'm be honest with you, I can't remember. But yeah, what about the monks? So are you talking about the Hare Krishna?
I am talking about the Hare Krishnas. We're gonna have to rewind the tape, man. What the heck? I just had a total brain fart, but they were relevant to what we were talking about right before. Then we'll have to do a bonus episode about how awesome they are. But I do want to interview them because like it wasn't motivation. It was something else. I'll bring it up later.
Yeah,
I'll bring it up later. But yeah. I forgot even like the point that you were talking about. Well, I think about maintaining balance. Back to our point C, since our brains are
point A and B
failing us at this point. This is crazy. Well, that's what happens when you're just on a ADD train tangent digression. We just we're like lily pads leaping from.
And also, like, you know, I wanna give a little shout out to our producer who is
Sick
not
with
well.
the vid.
It's not well. I want to give a shout out to Dorothy. You're not well as well. Rachel.
Yeah.
You're not well as well.
Our New Year's Eve party
was a
super spreader.
But it ain't spread to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I want to give y'all that get well, get soon. You know what I'm saying?
Soon.
Eat some boiling water with seasoning. Cause it is so good.
Maybe even freeze it as a popsicle. Frozen boiling water.
Guys. See, this is what I'm saying.
It's
so you would eat? Would you eat soup? Popsicle soup is what you're saying?
Ooh,
sounds weird.
Like a butternut.
Like a gelatin, like it's a gelatin.
A butternut. Like a chicken noodle popsicle.
Yeah, would you eat that?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
Let me put this dog down.
This is amazing.
That was graceful.
Gus said no to something that's weird.
Actually, I would say crazy. No. You're right.
That's crazy.
I should. I'm disappointed in myself. I should have said I would try it.
No, Gus.
I would try most.
See, if you said you would eat it, I don't think you would be human.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a chicken noodle popsicle. Like I wouldn't even want to enjoy it. Most of the stuff I try, I'd be like, it would be cool to enjoy something like that, but I just don't see the benefits of enjoying a chicken noodle popsicle. On a hot summer day, you want to cool down with some chicken noodle pop.
If there's a parent out there that's doing that to their kids,
we agree on something strange.
If there's a parent out there that's doing that to their kids, you're a bad parent. I'm be honest with you, man.
I think the reason we agree on this is because I'm stepping out. I'm actually moving to your side of the aisle on this subject matter. I'm saying no. I love that. That's too weird.
It is.
So I'm disagreeing.
A lot of the stuff.
I'm ashamed of myself. I'm supposed to be the try guy, but
yes.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't.
You can't convince me otherwise. Gross. But we hope you guys feel motivated after hearing about all this, and curious what you're thinking in the comments. Please let us know what motivates you.
Give us some pointers.
How do you get out of a motivational funk? Because
that's what I want to know too.
Mine is kind of similar to Ty's, where I just kind of I sit in it.
Yeah, I sit in it. I talk.
I literally just wait till time gets me out of the funk, and then one day I wake up and I'm a little better and a little better, and But there are ways to actively do it. Go outside, take a walk, take a hike.
Sometimes I even punch the air. You know what I'm saying? While I'm not
mix
around,
up the energy.
just punch the air.
Woo,
you know what I'm saying?
We just mixed up the energy right now.
You know what I'm saying? It just gets you
aura just got a little.
I feel like
ripples.
a Dragon Ball Z character when I do that. You know what I'm saying?
The energy field is real, dude. Right now, we're sitting close enough to where our energy fields are merged.
Right, 100%.
That's crazy, and it extends. Look
everywhere.
it up. It's in the Vedas. It's ancient knowledge that it goes beyond our physical body. Our energy field affects beyond our physical body. That's what people call the aura. This light beyond our physical body. That's still a part of what I would consider our identity. It ain't just a body.
And you know what's crazy? It's cold in here. I'm cold.
You're cold.
For the first time.
Dude, you should have wore your fly sweater now.
I should have. But I didn't think. You know what I'm saying?
Is it close by? You got to let the people at least see it.
I can't let people see it right now. They see it. If you check on my...
You're going to save it for a new episode. Don't check the Instagram. It's going to be it.
If you want to check the Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Peep it, please, man.
Please.
For motivational purposes, peep it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I got the best angles in the world. I got the best angles in the world.
Ty's got the angles and some words of wisdom.
Yeah,
what
man.
What else do you need?
You know what I'm saying?
Look at the man for some angles.
Not only that, in a couple of months will be my birthday.
Okay. Show man some birthday love.
So you get to see the progression of me getting old. I got 3 gray hairs, man. 3 gray ones.
I saw them. I saw all 3 actually.
You know,
he came out mighty proud,
bruh.
That's good. I've seen some grays in mine, and they just come and go. I don't know
where
they got or whatever.
I embrace the gray.
Yeah,
you know,
I can't wait. I just
don't want to have no gray hairs in my nose. I feel like gray hairs in the nose is
and the ear hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check my ear hair too.
Let me ask you a question.
So,
'cause I'm curious. I said, I've been watching the human evolution thing.
Yeah.
So apparently, I want to get this right. And,
I'm so excited to find out what's going
Our boy, John.
Yeah.
He know about some human shit.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But anyway,
future guest of ours.
Future. Oh man, that's my dude.
If he accepts our invite,
now
we're gonna start doing guests soon. But I guess that's breaking news.
That's breaking news.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was your earwax.
Oh, dry. Whether it's soft or hard.
Soft or hard tells you if you have some Neanderthal in you. I think it's if you're.
Mine's not hard.
Mine's hard.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean though? I'm thinking rock hard.
No, you know how
does it crumble?
Is yours wet? You got wet earwax?
I don't think mine's wet. I wouldn't describe it as wet either.
Mine is dry.
It's just it's mine's wax.
Dry. Yeah. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I do this, it fall out.
No,
don't happen?
That happens to me. But I Q-tip though. I go against the medical precautions.
I have the twist thing. They came up with this twist.
Is a reusable thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I bought one of those, but
I don't know if it
I
really
still
works.
Q-tip, dude, because I want it dry.
Yeah, but I feel like then it's like
I want it so dry inside my head. I don't
Mm.
like water in my ear, so
nah.
I like the Q-tip.
Do you do the peroxide? Like do you do
No,
I do the peroxide.
no. But I have a
Okay.
theory
What?
that I have a technique that I do where I twist it just right, and I'm very delicate with it. That it doesn't just. I think the problem is people are just yamming it in there, and yamming, and they're just compacting the wax.
But you don't think you yamming?
Dude, I had a friend that couldn't hear out of his ear. Went to the hospital or went to the doctor, and they took out. He went deaf in one ear because of wax. He was like deaf in his like one ear for like a week, and he's like, "Oh, it's just wax." I'm thinking he's just in there with the Q-tip, just
so he just
yamming.
never cleaned his ear.
But I'm here.
Oh.
I've almost been alive. I'm working on my fourth decade. I'm close to completing fourth, and I've never had a hearing loss problem. But I Q-tip every day. But I do I'm very purposeful with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you put your pinky out when you're doing it?
I put the pinky and sometimes even the ring finger up. Sometimes it's 3 fingers.
It's like playing. It's like playing the flute.
Yeah, and I do this, and I'm not even. I don't want to get too specific because someone's going to try it, and they're still going to.
You
hurt
don't want to
themselves.
help.
They're going to hurt themselves because they don't know how I do it, and they're gonna hear how I do it. I don't want to get too specific because people are going to try it and sue me, but only I know how to do it, and I wish.
Do you get a lot of yield?
I get what I need to get. I usually do it every day, and you can't really see it because my ears are just always clean. But if I do like go camping for like a week, I'll just get it all out.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's good to hear, man.
Yeah, I just keep
like
I roll it faster than I insert it. So when it
Gotcha.
contacts the wax, it
so you got a little
gathers
thing
before it compresses it. It just gathers it.
That's crazy.
I know everyone is curious. So.
That's crazy.
But
I would like to see
don't
this
sue
happen.
me if it goes wrong.
I would like to see
use
this
at your
happen.
own risk.
It's crazy.
Yeah, wow. I didn't really expect a 13-minute discussion on earwax, but here we are,
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And that is actually the message of our close, that anything is possible, you guys. And you're an amazing, capable, freaking human with a human brain, with a computer in your head that we can't even replicate. It's so incredible. It's like if you did the monetary value of a human body, it'd probably be like $1 trillion. Like you have an insane electrical system, pumping system, computer, CPU, nerves, like the air, the lungs, how it gets the air and the oxygen into the blood. Like it's just so amazing. So just focus on how freaking much of a miracle you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's hard living in society, and there's so many things to compare yourselves with, and it's so easy to get down on yourself. But
And I wanted to piggyback on what you just said.
focus on
you. Focus on you, man. You woman. You child.
you kid.
You old person. You person with hair. You person with no hair. Focus on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing I want you to do is not compare yourself to anyone else. Stop that. Compare yourself to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're the best comparison for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I can't compare myself to a manatee.
Just improving yourself. That's
You know
all
what I'm
you
saying? Like,
compare yourself to your past self.
yeah.
It's the only comparison you need to do.
And I bet you, and also, we always talk about self-love, but honestly, self-love, everything that revolves around you should love. Seriously. Just love yourself, because I love myself. Yeah. I honestly gotta do.
And cultivate that life.
And cultivate that life that you
surround
want.
yourself by things you love, and you have the power to do that. And if you feel, you can feel powerless if you don't flex that power, but it's like a muscle, you can't cultivate overnight everything that you love, but you can over time really develop and love your life. And it's such a beautiful thing. I believe everyone can. And there's just a lot of things they must overcome, and that's fine. But it's possible because we have the greatest computer in our brain. Like, the Albert Einstein was running on this human brain that we're running on right now. We have the same hardware as Tesla, as Nikola Tesla, that pretty much could generate energy. Like, and you know, don't feel bad that we're not using it to the extent of them, but just know that you're capable.
I always said, if I had my hearing in my left ear, I'd be a genius.
Tesla.
But I'm like a genius.
Crap.
I'm more of a genius than a genius. You know what I'm saying? I be making things happen. You know what I'm saying? But
damn, man. Well,
that's what it is.
I don't want you to play what if about it, though, because you are a unique and special person. You turned out to be amazing.
Thank you, my friend.
I think you are a genius.
Thank you.
I think maybe it made you a genius.
Maybe.
You know, it's all about perspective, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't drool when I sleep.
That's important.
You
but
drool?
no offense to if you do.
No, you drool, but it's nasty.
Dude, I think I've drooled. I have before, but like I'm like in an airport where I'm like, I don't know.
You drool in the airport?
I can't say I never have. It's happened like twice in my life, but
you drool in the airport?
I don't know. Like I think if I'm like drooling, I'm like
Dude,
pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Pardon my French, but yeah, I can't say I haven't, but I can remember it a couple times. I think I was like younger too. Like I was like.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. If I was a kid, yeah.
I think it's like
sure.
when you're more of a mouth breather as a kid.
Yeah.
I think drooling is that because you breathe through your mouth.
I think that's because like you just don't know how
like mouth breathing.
You don't know how to close your mouth.
But also, just a friendly reminder, it's healthier to breathe out your nose.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a filter.
Oh, that's another thing about the human stuff. Yeah. Like,
teach us.
We have better like our nose.
Oh, than the other hominoids.
Than other hominoids.
Homo erectuses.
Like literally, like we filter clean oxygen. Like it's crazy how the body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Filters.
Like, how does it get oxygen into the blood, man? Like, this body is amazing, dude. I was driving down the road one day and was overcome with awe of my own system. I was just like following the oxygen in my blood and having it circulate through my muscles, and my muscles taking on energy and making reactions, and driving the car from the brain's nerves, like telling my muscles where to go. And like I was just like, this is amazing. And I was just like, it was joyous because I realized that to be in this human form is a beautiful work of art. And just like every day we should be waking up and be like, what? Look at this. Look at what we're operating in with like grippy extendo appendages and legs that can make us move fast, and
some people,
and we're organic, and our waste is
some people
like just goes in and like we take in fuel and our bodies just sort that fuel like there's so much knowledge within our bodies that it's not even active knowledge. It's the knowledge that just pumps the blood and tells the heart to beat. We're not doing that. So it's like, obviously, we're not the body. So it's like,
what are we?
Yeah, that's when the real investigation begins. And that's why I just feel like I really want to encourage everyone to dive into spirituality. And I'm not even promoting one or the other, because I feel like ultimately they are talking about the same thing. But search beyond the physical. We can lose a leg that doesn't change our personal identity. I mean, it's going to change things in this material world, but like, we're clearly not the body for many reasons. And what does that mean we are? I think that's a question we'll always be investigating, and I think that's what spirituality is.
But yeah, man. I'm just glad that you guys tuned in for this episode. Please give us comments. Let us know what you want
we love
in
feedback
episodes.
as long as it's positive.
Yeah. Even I'll take
love the hate.
I'll give it the hate. You know what I'm saying? Bring it on. But let us know, man. Let us know how you feeling. Let us know if this is getting you through some good times.
Yeah, please rate us if you're on Apple Podcasts. Please give us a like on YouTube. Subscribe. Check out our Patreon. We already have content for you guys. So it's a really great way to support us and to get more episodes and just grow this show and our vision.
And again,
spread the good vibes.
You can find us on Instagram as well.
That's right.
At WABU SABU Pod.
Thank you for pointing that. We did not promote our social at all.
At
WABU
all.
SABU Pod. Well, at least we got it in. And most of all, thank you guys. If you're listening right now, you're one of the few, and you're about to witness a great evolution, mental evolution of just positivity, motivation, like helping each other out, and just bringing in a new positive vibe into this world.
And with this episode out, like I'm motivated to do more.
Absolutely.
I'm motivated to just see how WABU was going to evolve, which spaces we're going to be in, where we're going to be, how we're going to be. You know what I'm saying?
It's a perfect first topic for us.
It is.
Because we're highly motivated right now. I'm so motivated I can't even get my words in order because, and I think and I've been demotivated, and I think motivation is so precious. I think it needs to be shared when had, and just like any epiphany, you can have it, but you need to share it. That's the most important part.
Agreed.
And so that's what our podcast is here for, is to share epiphanies and just to help everyone grow.
And honestly, we want to make y'all laugh.
And we want to make you laugh.
We want to make you laugh along the way.
Comedy
because
always helps. Always helps.
Laughter is
It feels good.
If I could, I would cook for you. I would.
Ooh.
I would. But I can't.
Laughing and all right, so you're nourishing the soul and the body.
Say
if
it
you're
again.
cooking for them and making them laugh, I mean that's like the ultimate life partner, right?
And
if you can do that together, you're in a good relationship.
You're in 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cook and laugh together.
You can't beat that.
And
Good
grow
food,
spiritually,
and grow,
mentally,
man.
and physically.
But again, guys, we thank you all from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah. And please tell a friend.
Please. Tell a friend. Tell a grown up.
Tell a friend.
Tell the people. Tell
Let
the police.
people know, because we are a new podcast and we are reliant upon your opinion and
your love.
Yeah. So you're our first round of friends, and we want to make as many friends as possible.
And
we
salute
8 billion friends.
And salute to those that are already following us, that already have seen a couple of things that we have already put out.
We're off to a great start.
Thank y'all for the support. Seriously.
Yeah. It really means a lot.
Seriously.
Well, with that, I guess we're going to officially bring this episode to a close. Ty, it was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
This is Wabu Sabu. We're out.
We out.